Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Everybody knows that there was a direct attack on XRP at this point nearly 4 years ago, December 2020, the SEC suing Ripple, attacking XRP holders on a global scale. We know that that was part of the attack specifically to just absolutely ruin XRP. And even after XRP has received legal clarity, the SEC, even though they'll tell you to your face, hey, we're not saying that XRP itself is a security, they're still doing things behind the scenes, actually not even behind the scenes, partly behind the scenes, to harm the XRP ecosystem. The most obvious one that comes to mind is the fact that Binomial, as they made public, was told by the SEC rather that XRP actually effectively is a security. They're still making that argument, and it was to prevent Binomial from launching an XRP futures product. It's completely disgusting behavior. So they'll tell you to your face, yeah, we're not saying that XRP is a security, but then look at what they're actually doing, and it makes no sense otherwise. They are butthurt about their loss, and they are here to harm the XRP ecosystem. Now, thankfully, we're having a change of administration that's coming in January. Thank God that happened for all of us in crypto anyway. Set politics aside, other than as it pertains to finance, the economy, and crypto specifically, we should all be happy. Whatever your politics are, I don't care. As it pertains to crypto, I think we're probably all going to agree this is a great thing for crypto at a minimum, right? That should not be controversial to anybody that's hearing this video, right? I assume that we can all be intellectually honest enough to at least admit that, right? But it's more than that. You know, the other way that they're trying to destroy XRP is by attempting anyway, to destroy the entire asset class. That's what a political party in the United States is seeking to do. Almost all of them, as proven by voting records. And I'm talking about the Democrats, absolutely. It's just a matter of fact statement that they have almost exclusively voted against anything that would have been considered pro-crypto. That's the voting rate. Now, the good news is that there are some people on that side, especially younger individuals in Congress, that were actually voting pro-crypto, and I've given them credit where it's due, absolutely. But do you know how disgusting this is and how bad it got? Well, look at this headline from Cointelegraph. Government has become addicted to indirect regulation, Ripple CTO. So let me share with you some specifics. I've also got a post from Ripple's top in-house lawyer, Stuart Alderati, and also a post from John Deaton, which I actually came across before I decided to record this video. I haven't read it yet, but it's absolutely on this topic, so we can experience that one together. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, what we're talking about, a big piece of this anyway, is debanking. So Operation Chokepoint 2.0, it's not just one thing. So it's this idea of attacking effectively cryptocurrency exchanges to destroy the on-ramps and off-ramps. But it's not just that. It's about going after individuals effectively, even if it's indirect, and literally debanking them. And this has happened. In fact, this happened to Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. And I shared this story at the time. This is a headline from October 23rd of this year. Citibank debanked Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse due to crypto, exec says. And I don't want to read the whole thing, but I want to share maybe a couple key parts of this article, because I want to make sure that everybody is aware of this. It's absolutely on topic here. Maybe I could start. This is probably a good part to start. So he later added, referencing Garlinghouse, in an interview with CoinDesk that the institution that cut him off recently was Citigroup Inc., so one of the biggest banks on the frickin' planet, with which he had been a customer for about 25 years, he said. And he added that it's not the only personal banking relationship he's lost because of his role in crypto. And look at this quote. They said, "You have 5 days to move your money." They were actually super honest. They're like, look, you are a notable person in crypto, and having notable people in crypto and banking the crypto industry means more scrutiny from federal regulators, end quote. Disgusting, obviously, which is why I'm so thankful that we're going to have a change in who's in charge of all of this. I mean, you're talking about from all of Congress, the White House. Yes, I still want to see who they're going to name as SEC chair, but Gary Gensler's out. He already announced that he's resigning. He's holding on to the last minute, though. Basically, he's leaving January 20th, Inauguration Day. Okay. But I'm optimistic that somebody who actually is pro-crypto will be put in this role, and that will be the first time in history that we've actually had a pro-crypto SEC chair, should that happen. So I'm optimistic. I want to see it happen. But there's been hints that he actually is going to follow through with this stuff. Which brings us to this article. Government has become addicted to indirect regulation, Ripple CTO. Ripple Chief Technical Officer David Schwartz recently joined the list of tech founders speaking out against Operation Chokepoint 2.0, a government-run debanking operation against the crypto industry. Schwartz said the government is addicted to indirect regulation and laid out 4 reasons why debanking undermines the rule of law. Schwartz argued that debanked entities switch service providers or take their funds underground, thereby evading surveillance and sanctions control altogether. The CTO also said debanking undermines due process, freedom of speech, and the right against unlawful search and seizure. And here's a quote from him. Our government has become addicted to indirect regulation precisely because of these evils. It is cheaper and easier to pressure someone else to punish me than to charge me with a crime and give me due process. But the government ought not to punish people without giving them due process, end quote. Yeah, yet this is what's been happening the last several years. It was bad under the first Trump administration, way worse under Biden. And at least Trump, to his credit, I mean, he has very clearly done a 180 on this. Very clearly. And it's now effectively a Republican Party platform to be pro-crypto. So I'm very optimistic for these reasons. But yeah, it's been bad. It absolutely has been bad. And then he also said, this is a quote, "It is easier to pressure banks to cut off disfavored businesses, plural, than to make that business illegal," end quote. And then the piece continues down here. According to venture capitalist Mark Andreessen, more than 30 tech firms were victims of Operation Chokepoint 2.0, and tech founders recently took to social media to share their debanking experiences. The list of figures speaking out included Frax Finance founder Sam Kazemian, who claimed that JP Morgan Chase debanked him in December of 2022. Look, another major bank. They're pressured to this, so it's bad, and yeah, they're caving, but path of least resistance, and that's why this is so gross, though. Anyway, Coinbase co-founder and CEO Brian Armstrong also petitioned the government for records relating to Operation Chokepoint 2.0 via the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, and is currently compiling those records. In September 2024, Castle Island Ventures partner Nick Carter revealed that the Biden administration deliberately killed Silvergate Bank, a major institution for crypto banking, in an effort to destroy the crypto industry. I believe Silvergate could have survived its drawdown and was on a path to do so, Carter said. However, industry executives remain optimistic that the incoming Trump administration will reverse years of regulatory hostility towards the crypto industry. Yeah, absolutely. I am very optimistic for that. I've been closely monitoring this in terms of not just what is said, but who's being talked about for specific roles. And on the whole, I'm very optimistic based on that. So we need to see certain things happen, but yeah, looking pretty damn good. I think we're finally going to have the first pro-crypto government administration from the top on down in history. It's about to happen. Here's a post from Ripple's top in-house lawyer, Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderati. He posted this just in the morning yesterday. Operation Chokepoint 2.0, the origin story. Excuse me. In 2012, regulators, the FDIC, OCC, and Fed, so that'd be Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, weaponized banks against disfavored industries, gun stores, payday lenders, etc., under the original Operation Chokepoint. Fast forward to 2021, crypto is the new target. On January 28th, 2021, Biden's OCC kills fair access to banking rule. November 18th, 2021, OCC demands pre-approval for banks' crypto activities. Interpretive Letter 1179. April 7th, 2022, FDIC follows suit. January 3rd, 2023, Fed, FDIC, OCC warn banks of crypto risks. That's right, there's a warning out there, be careful with your crypto folks. Then there's February 23rd, 2023, another warning issued. And then he wraps this post up by stating the following, because mind you, he's been an attorney for a long time. He's been general counsel of other firms, and so he wrote the following. And so that means, top legal counsel in a firm. These warnings include the boilerplate, banks are not discouraged from serving crypto customers. Quote, that's a quote. Banks are not discouraged from serving crypto customers. Right on there, okay. But he says, as a former bank general counsel, I can decode that. Don't even think about it. See, that's the reality of it, and that's why this is so insidious, frankly. And then there's also on the flip side of this SBF. And so this is the post from Attorney John Deaton. I've not read this yet. I thought, because I just came across it right before I started, decided I was going to record. But I thought it'd be fun to experience this together. And it's clearly about SBF not getting debanked. Go figure. And, obviously with, I'm assuming most of you are aware, the amount of money, oh my God, that he threw into the hands of Democrats. Whew. Anyway, post reads as follows. Not only was SBF, of course, this is Sam Bankman-Fried. I'm assuming that pretty much all of you realize this, but there's new people to crypto, so I'll just mention SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, in prison for what's the term? 25 years. He was the founder of the Ponzi scheme cryptocurrency exchange FTX, which collapsed just over 2 years ago. That marked the bottom of the bear market. That's who he's referencing here. So anyway, not only was SBF not debanked, he was provided unprecedented access to Congress and U.S. regulators, despite being the CEO of an offshore exchange. He met with Gary Gensler at least twice. He met with the chairman of the CFTC. He had a personal meeting with the chairwoman of the at FSC DIMS, so Financial Services Committee. And then Rep. Maxine Waters, everyone's favorite. What was her quote a few years ago? What did she call Bitcoin? I think she called it Bitcom. What an idiot stick. You'd have to Google it, but I'm pretty sure she called it Bitcom. But she's regulating the Bitcom. Thanks for not knowing a damn thing about it, but having very strong opinions about it and trying to ruin our opportunity for life-changing wealth. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, it continues, who blew SBF a kiss. That's right, she blew SBF a kiss. I remember that video. Because she was so smitten with him, or his money, I should say. SBF testified. Ooh, I like that. Testified instead of testified. Before Congress. He had access to the Senate Banking Committee as well as the White House. That kind of access cost him $72 million in political donations to Democrats, plus $10 million to the current administration. At SBF's trial, testimony was provided that showed when SBF was asked by Caroline Ellison, what's that, the $10 million for, SBF replied, to gain access. And boy, did he get it. SBF's dad is Joe Bankman, who wrote Senator Elizabeth Warren's tax policy when she ran for president. SBF's mom is Barbara Fried. She runs Mind the Gap, a super PAC dedicated to electing progressives. Why was SBF's campaign finance fraud case dismissed? Why haven't SBF's parents faced criminal charges? They received $10 million in stolen FTX customer funds and had tens of millions of dollars in Bahamian luxury real estate in their names, paid with stolen customer funds. Yeah, and so pause note, FTX, of course, was headquartered in the Bahamas. Then he says, don't forget, during the same time Gensler was meeting with SBF, Brian Armstrong, Paul Graywall, who of course is Coinbase's chief legal officer, and Coinbase, were told Gensler would not meet with them and that the SEC would not be taking crypto meetings. Well, isn't that a little peculiar? Isn't that a little sus? A little suspicious? As the Utes say, sus? Why would Gensler agree to meet with the CEO of an offshore exchange but not meet with the CEO of America's largest exchange? There was a rumor going around that Gensler was close to cutting a deal with SBF that would grant FTX a regulatory advantage. Gensler is 100% a bad person. He lied before Congress multiple times. He lied about not knowing how to set up his work email. I remember that. That's hilarious. It's so. Did anybody fall for that? How does the email work? Duh. What is this magic? Freaking, oh my God. Who falls for that? Anyway, so he lied about not knowing how to set up his work email at home, and that's why he used a private email. But did he use Hotmail? He used a little Hotmail? A private email while at the CFTC. How is this real life? This is a real human that really exists. Oh my God, what a despicable creature. Anyway, this crook was the youngest partner in Goldman Sachs history, taught blockchain at MIT, but couldn't figure out his work email. Give me a frickin' break. He lied for Elizabeth Warren and lied exactly how she told him to, and said the only use case for Bitcoin and crypto assets is for criminals. You hear that? That must mean that you're all a bunch of criminals, right? At MIT, he said XRP and ETH needed regulatory clarity from the SEC. And there's video of that, by the way, folks. It's the most absurd thing. I remember when we first unearthed that, our Twitter sleuths, as they're known in our community. I remember when they found that video, and it's just like, come on! Like this guy's saying that XRP itself is a security, and that the attacks warranted when just years ago, when he was at MIT, before he knew he was going to be SEC chair, he's like, yeah, well, XRP needs to have legal clarity from the SEC. What? The most disingenuous nonsense. Completely ridiculous. So that is what happened. So again, at MIT said XRP and ETH needed regulatory clarity from the SEC, and then Testa lied before Congress and said the rules were crystal clear. He was Hillary Clinton's CFO and would have been the person responsible for approving the payment for the Steele dossier related to Russia and Real Donald Trump. At Real Donald Trump, so that's just his Twitter handle there. Yet he testified lied, and said he had no idea that it was paid for by the campaign. Think about that. A 7-figure payment is made by the Hillary Clinton campaign, but the chief financial officer knows nothing about it. Gary Gensler is a criminal, period. One way to end all the speculation and rumors related to SBF is to release all correspondence and meeting notes related to him. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, please assign, he tagged all three of them, please assign me to lead the investigation into this and/or chokepoint 2.0. I'll do it for free and save the taxpayers money. Ooh, now, oh my God, I would love to see that. It's amazing what Attorney Deaton has done, obviously for our community, the XRP community, but even more broadly for crypto, because this has benefited everyone in crypto, whether they realize it or not. It's had impacts on a global scale here. And if he is, oh man, that'd be cool. If he's actually granted the opportunity to dig into that, I can only imagine what would be found. But see, that's the thing. You got to love this about Attorney Deaton. Like, he really has this drive. He has this fire in his belly, and I love that about him. I absolutely love it. And he just does it because it's the right thing to do. And it's something that lights him. And it's just like he found something, and he's great at it too, on top of that. And he's just doing this. He's not expecting a paycheck or anything. He did this all for XRP holders, the SEC v. Ripple lawsuit, and he's willing to do even more. You got to love this guy. You absolutely have to love Attorney Deaton. This is the coolest damn thing. You guys let me know what you think below, but I mean, it's pretty clear what I think here. It's just disgusting what's happened these last several years in particular. I'm ready for this to be over. And we're almost there. It's very clear, writings on the wall. Trump has won. Things are going to change. XRP is clearly here to stay. Couldn't have gone better, frankly. Which is why in November, our net worths as crypto holders has increased dramatically, especially for XRP. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.